Hey guys, this is Tex, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different, so you'll have to forgive me. I'm actually homesick right now, so my voice is a little terrible. Probably shouldn't be recording right now, actually, but I was kind of sitting around and just trying to get better, and I thought I would fire up Stellaris, play a little bit. I bought this game when it first came out, I guess maybe a year ago. Played it for a little while, and I haven't really touched it since I had some time. I was noticed they had some new DLCs that came out, some updates and things like that. So I got I forgot what the DLC was called, but I updated the game, and it's still a lot of fun to play. I'm generally not super great at strategy games. This is a 4X, I think they call it, a grand strategy game. Obviously space related, so I am a huge fan of anything space related. So since a lot of you follow me for my orbiter videos, I thought maybe you might enjoy this. Let me know in the comments if you do. I'm happy to probably record some more videos, and maybe we can sort of play this game along together. So anyways, without further ado, let me go ahead and start a new game. And let me also mention my movie Interplanetary is coming along. It's just about done. We're working on the narration right now, and I'm putting some finishing touches in with transitions and things like that, so it's getting very close to coming out. So hopefully you guys will be able to enjoy that here shortly. In the meantime, while I'm just kind of sitting here with not much to do at the moment, just thought I'd fire up a game, and like I said, let me know if you like it. But basically, to save some time, I've created a custom empire. You can choose any of the defaults if you're not familiar, but we're called the Galactic Alarian Empire. We like an alpine world. We are some form of humanoid. Looks very different from humans, but anyways, we use red lasers as our main weapons. Wormhole travel is our faster than light travel method. There's also, I believe, warp travel and hyperspace lanes. They all have advantages and disadvantages, but I think wormhole travel is probably the best. The disadvantage is you have to build wormhole stations in order to open up a wormhole and travel between solar systems throughout the galaxy. So you can see our ship class looks like Avion, I believe is how you say that, ship class. I thought they looked kind of cool. So our government ethics and civics are here. Basically, we're authoritarian. We are imperial, so we have a ruler who rules upon until his death, and then a designated survivor takes his place. So this is going to be, I played a game before where it was very diplomatic, and we were I was pacifist, and so I formed federations and alliances with other empires. And so what's cool about this game is you can go both directions. You can be very diplomatic, and you're still going to fight wars, but they're going to be more like liberation wars and things like that, where if we're militarists like we are now, we can actually do conquest wars and basically just take the galaxy by force. So not that I condone that, of course, but for the game purposes, I think it'll be kind of fun to play that way. And I like that you can go both directions. They each offer unique challenges along the way. So anyways, of course, you get certain benefits depending on the ethics and civics you choose. So this one, we get reduced resettlement cost, slave unrest is reduced, and militarist, because we are militarists, we get increased army damage and fire rate, and we're spiritualists. And the cool thing about that with the update is we can research so that we can make our species, I guess, psionic, and there's a whole like really crazy level of cool stuff that you can do with that, and I haven't even explored that yet, so that'll be kind of fun to do. We have nationalistic zeal, increases our border range, maximum rivalries, and we have distinguished admiralty, so it increases our fire rate. Our actual species, we have to have a mix of positive and negative traits. So we're intelligence, which increases our engineering, physics, and society research output. We're quick learners, so our leaders gain experience quick, and we're conservationists, so consumer goods costs 20% less, which can be significant, especially in the later game when consumer good costs start getting up there. Negative traits we're fleeting, so leader lifespans reduced 10 years, and decadent or happiness is down 10% without slaves. Okay, so let's go ahead and fire this up. We'll do a large galaxy, 2 spiral arms, maximum of 12 AI empires. 3 of them will be advanced from the start. 2 fallen empires, 1 time, 1x habitable worlds. I think that's all default. Pretty much all default. In-game crisis on and Iron Man mode off. So we'll hit play. Alright, so here we are in our solar system. It says, in the eons since the first primitive Alari communities took shape in the rugged mountain valleys of Ilaria, our civilization has spread and prospered. Technological progress has been swift, but our numbers grew. But as our numbers grew, the civilian population became increasingly restless. With our world on the brink of anarchy, the military stepped in to restore the rule of law. A new order was established to safeguard our nation from all threats, both external and internal. Now, after the successful creation of artificial subspace wormholes, the finest minds of the Galactic Alarian Empire have finished construction of the first wormhole station at the edge of our system. The stars themselves are finally within our grasp. Alright, so there's going to be a lot of these story windows that pop up. I'm not going to read every single word from these windows, but we'll get the gist of them as we go along. I should also mention this is not going to be a tutorial. I am not an expert at this game by any means. Generally, I'm not super great at grand strategy games, so it's going to be like a let's play thing. And if you guys are interested, you know, we'll do more of these for sure. So the first thing I'm going to do, let's actually pop out and take a look at where we are. So it's not super ideal. I would prefer to be out here on the outer edge to create some natural defense, but we'll take what we get here. So looks like we have a black hole right here by us that might offer us some advanced physics research. There also looks like there's a nebula here, and that decreases faster than light travel when you're traveling through that nebula, so that may not be a great thing either. But let's just see what the game has given us. So starting out, we have our home world here. It looks like our home world is independent, so it's not a moon of another planet. We do have a moon, though. You can see over there, so that's pretty cool. You're given, of course, your home world, a space station that orbits your home world here. And that space station is where you construct all of your fleet, construction ships, science ships, and things like that. So you're given one science ship and one construction ship from the start. And you're given 3 corvettes for your military fleet. So the first thing I'm going to do is tell my science ship to go and survey our solar system. And I'm going to take my fleet of 3 corvettes, and I'm going to break that up into individual corvettes. And so what we're going to do is send them out scouting nearby stars. So let's go ahead and do that now. The game is still paused. So everything in red is within our borders. And unfortunately, it looks like we have no other solar system within our borders at the moment. But hopefully one of these stars within the dashed yellow lines has another habitable planet that we can colonize. Colonizing planets early in the game is critical because you want to expand your borders to make sure that you increase your resources that you have access to. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take First Strike Fleet. And so everything within the dash yellow line is as far as we can reach with our wormhole generators. So we're going to send First Fleet over here to the outer stars first and work his way in. So Second Fleet we'll send over here and there. And Third Fleet, looks like that is just in our border. We'll send over there like that. And then once First Fleet is done going out there, we'll send First Fleet to those. And Second Fleet, I want you also, let's see, First Fleet's covering those. Second Fleet also wants you to cover that. And then Third Fleet, add that one on too. Okay, so well, that way we will send our corvettes. They're expendable. They don't have valuable scientists on board. We'll send those to the star system, the solar systems around us, and make sure there's no threats over there before we send our valuable science ship in to survey the system. Alright, so before we unpause the game, last thing we want to do is set up our research. So we have physics, society, and engineering. You need to constantly be researching new technology. So between these options, they all take the same amount of time to research. They're all good to have, but I'm leaning toward, this is a tough one because this is a really good one to have. Energy credits. Wait, this gives you a planetary edict that increases your energy output. It lasts for 10 years, increases it by 15%. It also increases your energy capacity by 2,500. I think right now solar panel networks are going to be better. That's a module we can install on our space station, and it basically covers the cost of maintenance for the space station, so it makes it free, so that's good. Naval capacity plus 10% is probably not super important this early in the game. Monthly influence plus 1 and propaganda broadcast edict is a good one to have, as is biolabs. I think let's go with monthly influence 1 because we can build more frontier outposts with influence. And army damage and minerals, probably not super important. I'm going to go with the ion thrusters, actually. I think that's a good one to have. Alright, so let's unpause the game and let our fleet go out to the stars and check them out. While they're doing that, what we're going to do is, up here we have energy credits, minerals, food, influence, and unity. So energy and minerals are going to be two of your most important resources. That they allow you to buy things. This is our Crown Prince, Leon, I don't know how to pronounce that last name, is the new heir of the Empire and will take the throne when the current ruler dies. Okay, fine. So energy credits and minerals allow you to buy things and maintain things, from buildings to your fleet and things like that. So these are going to be two crucial resources that you need to mine both on your planet and from other solar systems. You can build mining stations. Food is very important for the growth of your population. Influence is political clout, so we're going to use that to like recruit leaders, build frontier outposts, enable edicts and things like that, and we'll talk about what that is. Unity is something new with the one of the later patches. It allows you to adopt traditions, and Ascension perks is what is an addition to this Unity bit that was part of a DLC package. And this is where we'll be able to start like researching, I think. Well, we can research psionics to make our population psionic, which really comes with some really crazy things from what I've seen in other videos, so that will be interesting. Alright, so you can see our fleet is moving around. They already found a world over here. It looks like two worlds. There's a tropical world. It says tropical world 19, which that's the size of the planet, so that's how many tiles are on the planet, and a desert world. That's not really habitable by us, so it's red at the moment. So if we take a look at our world, though, if we go to look at the surface, you can see each of these are tiles, and the tiles have what's called pops on them, and behind them is a building, so that pop is working the building. This one is enslaved, so tiles that with our ethics that we chose, with the species that we created here, the tiles that have food on them, like you can see here, or minerals, will automatically enslave any pop that's on them. So food and minerals get higher output, I guess, if they're enslaved. These tiles need to be cleared. It's sprawling slums. If you clear them, then it will allow another pop to grow on them. So food is important in the early part of colonizing a new world and building a world, because it's going to allow your population to grow more quickly. But you can see what is on your planet here as far as resources and what the actual output is. These are just you can build science labs to increase research output. So we have an anomaly found by the science ship who's surveying our solar system, and generally if it's failure risk of 20% or less, I will research it. Their skill level is too low for it right now, so we're going to just leave that. And it looks like we found something. We have encountered some form of alien vessels in this solar system, so they're flagged alpha aliens. We should proceed with caution. I don't see anything there. This is just telling us a contact report. It did not take long for us to come across intelligent alien life. Intelligent alien life. Oh, okay, so it looks like we already have an empire over here, possibly close to us. Okay, so the nebula's over here. There's also a nebula here. I want to go this way and see if we can grab something over here and move our borders here to get some natural defense. We are just surrounded by nebulas, it seems there. So what we're going to have to do, and unfortunately Our strike force is still moving around. I don't see any other colonizable worlds. They're habitable. They have to be at least 40% habitable based on what we like. It's a savanna world. Yeah, that's a military fleet right there.
Situation log updated.
We've encountered... There is a beta aliens in our solar system. Who is that? Oh, okay, that's like space amoeba or something like that. I think they're okay. I think they won't mess with you if you don't mess with them. So, all right, let's send our construction ship over here. We want our construction ship to build a wormhole station here so that we can access stars further out from where we are. Let's see. We know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Ilaria. All right. So efforts to catalog life forms we encounter are already underway. But the xenobiologists urge us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable life-bearing worlds. So sometimes you get things for this. You get nothing if you click a commendable initiative. But if we click on we have more important matters to focus on, we get influence of +20. So we have more important matters to focus on. All right, so our construction ship's going to come over here, and it's the very reach of our wormhole stations. He's going to build a new wormhole station which will allow us to reach some of these stars over here. Alright, so our science ship is probably just about done surveying our solar system. Oh, here we go. Here's a habitable world right here. See, it's green. It's not very big. It's on the bottom end of what I would like to see. It's an alpine world, though, and it's size 15, so that means there's 15 tiles on it.
System survey complete.
Okay, so our system has been surveyed. Let's send our science ship over here and survey this system. We're going to have to survey every solar system around us to see what we have as far as resources go. But when it comes to building mining stations over planets and things like that, you can only do that within the bounds of your border. So unfortunately there is no other solar system in our border at the moment, but it looks like we're about to grab this solar system here. So let's go ahead and tell our science ship actually to just go ahead and survey that system, survey that black hole, survey that star, because these will probably fall within our border here pretty soon. Let's go ahead and survey that system as well. Alright, so we need to focus on getting food, and food is actually okay, but we need to focus on increasing our mineral and energy income so that we can afford to start building things like colony ships and to colonize other worlds. Alright, so what do we have here? So this pop is developing, and probably going to build a mining station on that. And we don't need to do it yet because he's still developing, but we'll put a mining network there so they can make use of the natural minerals on that tile. So let's go ahead and clear this one because that's got energy on it. We'll clear this one. And I guess that's good for now because we don't have a lot of energy credits at the moment. So first fleet is still going over to those stars. Second fleet and third fleet. Let's go ahead and get over here. So as soon as this wormhole station is done being constructed, he's taking forever to move over there. And there is another world here. It says Alpine world, but it shows to be red, maybe because it hasn't been surveyed yet. Actually, on the science ship, let's have you cancel that, continue surveying this, but then come over here and survey this system because it looks like there's an alpine world here, and that is perfectly habitable for us. So what I generally like to do is I want to colonize worlds. Here's another habitable world, Alpine 15, so we got 2 there. So tell our science ship once you're done surveying that, go ahead and survey that system as well. So what I generally like to do is colonize worlds a little further away from my home world, because these star systems here are going to fall within our borders pretty quickly. As our home world grows, the border's going to expand. So what I want to start doing is moving out in a line and grabbing worlds a little further away from our home world to make sure that we can grab star systems in between as we grow. Okay, so leaders gained experience level. Let me just speed time up a little bit here. Mass extinction. Our first stumbling steps into the void beyond Ilaria were not motivated solely by curiosity or a desire to conquer the unknown or a need to leave our mark on the galaxy. The biosphere of Ilaria has undergone rapid changes in the past few centuries, and prominent scientists warn that Ilaria may be faced with the beginnings of a mass extinction event. That sounds bad. That cyclical purging of life that is inseparable from planetary existence and the greater cosmos. What is going on with this? If it falls to you as Emperor of the Galactic Alarian Empire to ensure that this expedition is carried out. Begins the mass extinction through the ages event chain. I have never seen that before. That's the first time I've seen that storyline. So we go to our situation log and we can see what's going on here. Okay, wormhole station's been created. And we have these aliens that we discovered there. We can research that to learn more about them, and we will in a moment. Let's see. To avoid potential apocalypse on Ilaria, we must study the effects that major calamities have had on other planets. So mass extinctions reconstructed. So that's interesting. Oh, okay. So we need to research these various places, and they're going to be all over the map, and we can't reach that right now. So we need to do that as we expand. Okay. So the situation log is going to have things like this that tell you things that you need to be doing, researching, things like that. All right. So we are receiving a transmission from the Beldros consciousness. They appear to have successfully translated our language. Diplomatic channels are now open. All right. Oh, they're a hive mind. I don't know if that's good or bad. Monthly unity plus 20, habitability plus 10. Interesting. So we speak as one. The hive mind has taken note of your presence. We will observe for now. Our future actions will depend on whether you are a threat, an opportunity for expansion, or an unforeseen variable. Okay, so we can reply various different ways according to our ethics. We share the same divine heritage. We will fight to our right to exist. We will fight for our right to exist, or our sacred arms shall not waver. How should we respond? This would be more diplomatic, perhaps. We will fight for our right to exist. Why not? So the news that we have encountered intelligent alien life, its first time, has been received with mixed feelings by our populace. This confirms what we had long suspected. So we must be wary. Alright, so this changes everything. Yes, it does.
System survey complete.
Alright, so looks like, ooh, we have some good energy and reasonable minerals in this system here. So as soon as our borders expand over there, we can mine that. We could build a frontier outpost there, but I think that would be a waste at this point. Okay, so let's send First Fleet over here. Here, and there. We're going to send Second Fleet here, there. All of these stars here. And Third Fleet is going to go to everything over here. So I guess these 4 stars. Alright. So let's speed time up again. And our science ship is right here.
Situation log updated.
So we've encountered some other type of alien life form. We should proceed with caution. Alien vessels. Who is that? Oh, this guy. You need to get out of there. Yeah, okay, that's not good. Oh, I bet that's mining drones or something. So I bet there's some good minerals in this system. Let me see if I can emergency FTL this guy out, but I think they're going to kill him before I can.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Pause and retreat. Oh, it's not available for 30 days. Oh, he's toast. Bummer. Well, that is why you send your expendable corvettes into a system and not your valuable science ship. Okay, so this system here Adair, Adar, however you pronounce that, is off limits for now until we have a strong enough military fleet. All right, so that was third fleet, and it was going to cover these stars. So first fleet, second fleet. When you're done, second fleet, come out to these stars here. Okay. All right, let's check the surface of our planet. I believe this guy here is already developed. So we can go ahead and build a mining station here. We have detected the presence of a primitive alien civilization. They have advanced into the equivalent of an Iron Age and are divided into numerous petty kingdoms and empires. Their species has spread across almost the entire surface of the planet. We should consider building an observation post above their world. So you can build an observation post above primitive planets and observe them. Depending on your policies, you can uplift them and turn them into like a vassal that serve under you, and there's some interesting things you can do there. We can't build an observation post until they fall within our borders, but we could build a frontier outpost there. Alright, so here I'm going to build a mining network, and that will suppress the food on that tile. Yes, that's fine. We still are good on food. Okay, so these tiles, I guess I'll leave them for now because we're still not super high on energy credits. And is this... Okay, so this is the Alpine world that we found, and unfortunately there's already this primitive species on there. So I don't believe we can colonize that planet with them on there. I would think with our ethos, with our government ethics, that we could, I think purging is allowed. We're allowed to just purge them off of there, but I guess we won't do that. Okay, so another anomaly has been found. Failure risk 10%. Yes, we will research that. So right now it's looking like the best place to colonize is going to be one of these, unless we can find something better over here. Let's send our construction ship over here and build another wormhole station. See, maybe I can't quite reach that star, so I guess let's build another wormhole station right. Let's build another wormhole station in the system right here, actually. Okay. There is clear evidence that a massive space battle took place. Through the wreckage ships are in very poor condition. The fact that anything remains after all at all is interesting. Must have sustained is a testament of their advanced design. Science officer is preparing an expedition to sift through these derelict holes for any valuable technologies. Intriguing. So that's things like this you can research and gain valuable technology, so that's very good. We do want to do that. Okay, so the surface of Ilaria has finished constructing that mining network there. So where we have a pop developing somewhere. No, we should. Let's go ahead and clear this tile. Okay. So the surface looks fine. What is First Fleet doing? So let's get First Fleet over here, and Second Fleet is still traveling to all these star systems here. So we're looking for another habitable world. Okay, let's check on our research. Looks good. Okay, well, while we're waiting, we take a look at our policies and edicts. So the policies are basically set from the start depending on the type of government and ethics and things that you chose. So of course we are allowed to have unrestricted wars and things like that, orbital bombardment. Native, there's the problem, native enlightenment. So it's prohibited. No native would be ready to grasp the wonders of the discovery, but if we have allowed, we could enlighten this primitive species here. So we'll leave that alone for right now. Resettlement is allowed. We can resettle pops. Slow time back down again. Okay, so, and then edicts, these are empire-wide edicts. So what we can do with these is we can enable these. They cost influence. You can see our influence up here. We're gaining 3 a month. So if you wanted to enable an edict for certain things, you would just have to expend influence for that. For example, if we enable the physics research grants, it would increase the speed with which we research a physics project by 30%, but it also in turn reduces the speed of engineering and society research. So, and you'll be able to research new edicts that you can enable. Those are empire wide. You have edicts on your actual worlds that you can enable, and you'll be able to research more edicts that become available. But these generally last like 10 years, and this re-education campaigns, it costs 135 influence, and it increases governing ethics attraction by 20%. So there's things like that that can help with unrest on a planet and whatnot. Alright, so the wormhole station has been constructed. Let's go ahead and send First Fleet over here to these outer stars first. And we'll send Second Fleet to all of those. Okay, that was good. And First Fleet also add to that there and there. So I believe that covers everything. Okay, we're good. Alright, so we're going to unpause. Now we have traditions available. We've developed, cured enough unity to choose a tradition. They all have different advantages to them, but I probably think that expansion is going to be the most useful in the early game. So we will just click adopt there, click yes, and when we fill out this tree, so all 5 of these, we'll be able to choose an ascension perk. So we'll see that when that comes up. So food, we're completely maxed out, which is a good thing. So that means that we're developing surplus in food, so our population should grow relatively quickly. Okay, so we have a tropical world over here and an ocean world. Tropical world unfortunately is not habitable by us, but it could be by either terraforming or research. So I may want to consider building a frontier outpost over here, depending on what we find around this area. If there's any other empires around here, then we may want to consider something like that. Okay, so our science ship is surveying this system. Let's have it survey these 2 next, because that's close to this empire. What's here? Actually, you know what? Let's have the science ship. Okay, survey that system, survey this one next, and survey these. Okay, so maybe we ought to think about building a frontier outpost in this system, because it has a decent size tropical world with 19 tiles, and we will be able to colonize that in the future, and that will prevent this empire from grabbing that. These are the hive minds. What do they like? They like a savanna world. Okay. Alright, so we have well, it looks like we're gonna lose another Corvette. This is not a good way to start out the game now. Yep, we're gonna lose that guy. So we found another system with bad people in it, so that's not a good thing. I guess we're gonna need to build another Corvette. It only costs 58 minerals. We have enough, so let's build 2 more Corvettes for now. So we're still researching. It's like we're almost done with ion thrusters. Okay, so in this system, so that's a shame. There's that ocean world there. And there's this one over here is the tropical world. So this one's probably going to be the better system to grab anyways. Just out of curiosity. Oh, you know what? I can't build a frontier outpost there until I survey that system. So let's go ahead and build another science ship as well. So we'll do that first. And then add the Corvette. Then we'll need to recruit a leader for the science ship. So a scientist, research particles. Leader lifespan plus 25, and that's really kind of crap choices. What do we have here already? Field manipulation, biology, and experience gain. So look at their ages, so maybe this one is going to be the best choice, I guess, with those options. That's not great. Alright, so first fleet, second fleet. Why is second fleet going over there? I don't think we've been anywhere here, right? Kind of lost track since we lost some of our Corvettes.
System survey complete.
Okay, another anomaly. Research. Go ahead and research that. So this Savannah world, that's what they like. Maybe I should have actually grabbed that so that they can't develop there. I think what I do need to do though is get that science ship over there as quick as possible. How much more do you have to survey here? Okay, you're done. Alright, so that science ship is going to go survey over here. I think what I'm going to do is build a frontier outpost here just to go ahead and grab that system so they don't get it. So that keeps them from getting too close to our border here. So let's get our construction ship over here right now. So move here. Alright, so it looks like we don't have any empires right here around this side, so that's good. If we go this way, we might start running into someone, so we'll find out soon enough. Okay, our science ship is done. So assign a leader to it. And let's get you over...
Construction complete.
Let's get you over here surveying these star systems.
Research complete.
Oh, good lord. I'm trying to set something up. We have discovered a thriving ecosystem. Fascinating. Survey. Survey. Stay out of that system. Survey. Survey and survey. Okay, so we're going to cover this side with that science ship. So we have research that's done. So we can now research engineering facility, increase our or improve our spaceport, or do mining network 2. Ooh, I'm torn between the engineering facility and the mining network 2. I think I'm going to go with the mining network 2 because minerals is really crucial in the early game. But so is research, so you can see how that would be a tough decision. Okay, so I believe we've been in all of these systems with first fleet. Second fleet's going to go to all those just to be sure. Okay, so probably going to want to definitely grab this, and it's unfortunate we can't reach these stars over here without building another wormhole station. But I think we're going to want to do that. Where is our science ship? What is taking you so long to get your ass over there? What are you doing? Oh, okay, they're moving over there now. We need to get moving on that because they are growing quick. Okay, so our science ship is now over here surveying. So let me speed time up. Let's go. So this is that tropical world. We've discovered artifacts from ancient alien civilization. So this is gonna start a begins the precursors, so something that we can research.
Updated. Anomaly found.
40%. No, we'll leave that.
Complete.
Okay, so now we can build a frontier outpost. It's only going to cost 200 minerals and 122 influence, so it's not super expensive. It's going to actually cost less with the traditions that we are going to inherit next. But I'm worried that if I don't grab this now, their border is going to expand to the solar system. So let's go ahead and just build a frontier outpost here, and that will stop their border from grabbing this star system. We also really need to start colonizing another world, and probably this one's going to be the one we want to grab so that we can really solidify our border over here and stop them expanding any further this direction. So we need to look at a colony ship. It's going to take, unfortunately, a year to construct it, and we need 345 minerals. But we do have a good foundation of income coming in from minerals. The other thing is it's going to cost 8 energy credits a month to maintain that colony ship while it is colonizing another world. So we need to increase our energy. So what I need to do is I need to get a pop on this tile here. And you know, okay, so this pop here is developing. Let's drop that there. So wait, they're already developed, right? They are. Okay, I think. Let's see, power plant 1. Okay, so now we're going to increase our energy by building a power plant on that tile. But we're going to need more. When this frontier outpost is constructed, we'll be able to... Oh, damn, because the energy is coming from the star, we can't build a mining station on the star because that's where the frontier outpost goes. Just my luck. Yes, I love it. What a good challenge. All right, so we have 2 researches that are done. So what do we have here? Assist research is helpful, but right now our science ships are going to be so busy surveying systems. But research speed increased by 5% is tempting. Energy storage capacity plus 1,000, and it gives us the fusion reactor. I think I'm going to go with the research speed option. And then here we have terraforming is now available. Army upkeep and military academy is not going to be super important in the early game. Slave army, I think I'm going to go with terraforming on that one. It's pretty easy choices there. Okay, so we've got a decent amount of minerals coming in. We'll be able to construct a colony ship here pretty shortly. And we're going to go ahead and grab this world. And that will really help to solidify our borders. So, okay, so what do we have here? And I don't want to clear any more tiles here because I don't want to spend any more minerals right now. I need to be saving for that colony ship as quickly as possible. So first and second fleet, let's get you guys back home for now. And so that looks good. And our science ship has already surveyed this system. It's going to survey those. This one has a whole bunch to do there. So this science ship, let's see, you need to survey this system, that one, survey all of that. This one has been surveyed, and I believe, okay, so this science ship is covering all of that. So also add to your list this system. And this system, while you're at it, grab that one. And this one has already been surveyed. Yes, okay. Alright, that's good for now. So we still have all of that to survey as well. Another anomaly, failure risk is 0, definitely research. Take a look at our situation log. So mass extinction of the ages, we'll have to research that eventually. Now we can investigate these beta aliens and gamma aliens that we have encountered, but it will take 10 months, for example, to complete that research, and it puts any society research on hold. So what are we researching in society right now? We're researching terraforming. That can probably be put on hold because terraforming is expensive, and we're not going to be able to terraform just yet. So let's go ahead and research this. And mount a graveyard expedition. We need to do that as well. Scientist has to have a skill level of 3 or higher, and I don't believe... Okay, this one does have a skill level of 3 or higher. Okay, so right now I think I'm going to prioritize surveying the systems, and then we'll have them come do this right here. Alright, so construction's complete. So we have that power plant built on the surface of our planet. Okay, so this pop is not grown yet. It's still growing, but it's almost grown. So as soon as this pop is done growing, this power plant will become functional, and it's going to create quite a bit of energy for us. So that will be perfect timing. Okay. What do we experience? Is massive and extremely violent storm systems in its atmosphere. Where is this at? That's interesting. What system is that? Oh, right there. Oh, look at the minerals in that system. Ooh, we're going to want to grab that for sure. So hopefully, look how fast their border is growing. So we need to really colonize this world as quick as possible. Dang, that makes me want to build another frontier outpost over here, though. That's a tough decision. I think we probably shouldn't. That's interesting. Okay. Let me go and save the game as well. I just realized I haven't saved the game yet. Okay, so we'll resume. And let's speed time up. And pause. So this frontier outpost is almost done being constructed here.
Construction complete.
All right, so that's done. Oh, and it looks like, okay, so we don't, this system has already fallen within our borders. So I tell you what, let's go ahead and build a frontier outpost here as well. Let's get over here and build. It's only going to cost 200 minerals. We have that, and 90 influence. Let's do it. So now there's no rush to colonize this world. If we build a frontier outpost here, we will really solidify our border and stop them. And that's got 8 minerals in that system, so that's a valuable system to have for sure. Alright, yeah, let's get that done.
System survey complete.
Yeah, this system is within our border, so fantastic.
System survey complete.
So they're not going to like this, that we built these frontier outposts so close to them. That's definitely going to increase our border friction. Yeah, border friction is affecting their opinion of us by -19. So they're wary of us. They have equivalent fleet power, equivalent naval capacity, and technology. But the AI kind of cheats. They get to see everything, and they get to basically research faster because they're faster than humans are. So they'll probably pass us up in technology level. But since we're starting out basically the same, they shouldn't be a huge threat. The diviners name the beings floating through the dark. Oh, this is that research that we did on that alien species that we found. I believe that's what that is. So tech research option gained. Oh, we gained frequency tuning. That's interesting. Okay, so we gained something from that. Let's go back to our situation log. Another anomaly research. And let's investigate the gamma aliens as well. So we're going to get something from that. Okay, so magnetic field experienced a complete reversal while it was being observed by the Asperity. This rare event has interchanged the positions of the planet's magnetic poles. Fortunately, it was all recorded by the sensors of our ship, providing our scientists with a lot of valuable data. So, we gained 60 research from that, physics research, so that's good, intriguing. So you can see up here we have physics research, society research, and engineering research. So we can increase these by building both a science lab on our planet's surface, on tiles especially like these right here that have the research icons on them. We can also build mining station, or I should say research stations. For example, this right here, this planet here has 3 physics research available, so we could build a research station above that planet. So first things first, we're going to grab that system so we can build anything in there. And that's done. All right, so we solidified that border. Look at that. That's going to really piss them off. Reports of deep space drones in certain systems have been investigated. The drones appear to be... Oh, these are the drones that killed our 2 corvettes. They appear to be the workers and custodians of an autonomous orbital mining operation established millennia ago and then soon abandoned by all but the drones themselves, judging by the state of the processing equipment. The drones process powerful mining lasers and make obviously threatening, if not outright hostile overtures toward Alarian vessels when approached. They may only be old drones, but they should be kept under close watch by the Galactic Alarian Empire. So if we choose to establish a listening post, it issues a special project mining drone observation. Let us see what they're made of. Take them apart. Begins the mining drone analysis event. Which one of these should we choose? Mining drone observation, or let's see what they're made of. Let's take them apart. Okay, research that anomaly. Alright, so we're losing credits because I believe when we built that frontier outpost, probably. What is here? We don't know what's here. There could be energy in the system. There's a lot of stars there, so let's get you. What are you doing? Okay, so you're researching that, or you're surveying that black hole at the moment. And we almost have enough for... Okay, now we're doing good. Oh, they closed our border. They closed their borders. So we're definitely a threat to them. The readings originate from a small metal pod. A science officer has determined it will be has determined it to be a lifeboat of ancient and alien make, evidently caught on the outskirts of the black hole's gravity well eons ago at an angle just short of a slingshot maneuver. Whether this was the intent or happenstance, it is difficult to judge, and the pod's automated thrusters have been fighting its descent to the event horizon ever since. Oh, that's scary. It is now too close to the horizon to salvage. Veronica Darling's report ends abruptly, and the crew of Asperity communicate that the science officer appears shaken and deeply troubled by the tragic fate of the lifeboat. So we gained physics research, but hopefully that doesn't affect them. Okay, so they're not happy with us. We have allowed you to move about freely in our territory for too long. Today we draw the line. Well, you know what? I can do the same thing to you. We're gonna close that border so you guys can't come into our area. This is that primitive civilization. So this is your contact screen where you can see everyone that you've met. Now they're unfriendly. Awesome. So we're definitely going to be fighting them off. So we're going to close those borders. Why would our ship's presence be a problem to you? Because. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so science ship. What I want you to do is get over here and research or survey this system next. Because this is in our borders. And if there is power here, that may be very useful. Let's also survey that next. That is just, this is in our borders, but we can't reach it yet because we need to build another wormhole station. And that is within their border there. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to have to build another wormhole station to reach that star. So, for right now, just survey these. Okay, so construction ship. You know, I don't want to spend any money right now because we are saving up for that... colony ship. So I believe, let's take a look at our expansion planner. So any worlds, habitable worlds that you survey will show up here. So we have 2 alpine worlds that are colonizable. They're both the same size, and you can see anomaly research. Yes, let me slow time down. So you can see what is available on each of these worlds. So this one has a little more food. This one has quite a bit of energy and a good amount of minerals as well. Right here you can see modifiers. So this one has a minus 10% habitability, minus 5% happiness, but engineering output is increased by 20%. It has a total of 3 engineering output on its tiles on its surface. So if we actually click on the world, you can see what it looks like. So these have tile blockers that we'll have to research before we can clear. But it looks like we have a decent amount of energy that is available without having to clear any tiles. So this might be the better choice because of the amount of energy on it. It does kind of suck though that it has this reduced habitability and happiness, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Now this one has a lot of food available here. It only has 2 tiles with energy, and unfortunately it shares it with minerals, so you have to choose one or the other. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to colonize this one even though it has this modifier. It does also, you know what though, I just noticed that. So it has a minus 5% modifier, but it also has this one, natural beauty, so that kind of cancels out that minus 5%. Migration attraction is increased by 25%. So that's going to be the first world we colonize. And what is this? We have discovered thriving ecosystem in the upper atmosphere of a gas giant. Fascinating. All right, so we gained some society research. So where is this one? This one is... Okay, so that's perfect. This is the one that I wanted to colonize right here. Yes, so that's the one we're going to colonize. All right. So we have a couple of things now. We have research available. So physics research. We can do planetary... planet fortification toughness, so we get deflectors. That is very useful. AI control colony ships, so colony development speed plus 50% and reduced cost. That's a very good one to have. Ooh, tough one. You know, I think I'm gonna go for the energy grid because we do need to really up our energy income here. So let's go with that one. For this one, we have mineral silo, so it increases our mineral storage capacity. Right now we can store up to 6,000 minerals, and we're not even going to be close to doing that. So I think maybe the armor would be a good choice. Or minerals 5. Let's do this one actually, minerals 5%. Okay, so now we have a tradition available here, and we've chosen the expansion tree. You can choose one of these now if you want, but we need to complete this tree to get the benefits of this. So this one, capital buildings now produce 1 additional unity. This one, the purpose of colonizing and building frontier outpost systems count as being half the regular distance away. So that means it's going to cost us, I believe, half the influence it normally would to build a frontier outpost. So that means we can build frontier outposts further away from our home planet, and it would take less influence to do that. So that's going to be a good one. Let's choose that. Alright, so we have enough to build a colony ship now, but what I would like to do is increase our energy a bit, because it's going to take 8 a month to maintain that. Where is our science ship? Okay, so looks like we have some energy here, so let's get our construction ship over here and build a mining station, and then we can go ahead and build that colony ship now. So let's click build. Alright, so, and this is almost within our borders. And it looks like we've got some decent energy right here on this gas giant too. So we're going to build a mining station there as soon as that system falls within our borders. But that is the world we're going to colonize, so. Alright, let's see. So over here is looking okay. We still have that science ship over there. He's just about done surveying all of those, so once you're done with that, let's have you survey these as well. Has not been surveyed? And I believe you're already going there to survey that, right? Okay. Alright, and so I think what I'm going to do after I have this construction ship build this mining station here, that's done. Nope, not yet. Once you're done doing that, I want you to come over here and build another wormhole station right here. Nope, actually you need to click on shift to add an order. There we go. Okay, so let's now let's check on the surface of our planet, and actually we can build a solar panel network when we have enough minerals to and that will actually give us some extra energy credits, because it's costing us 3 energy credits a month to maintain the space station. So I should have done that already, but when I construct this module, this solar panel network module, it gains we gain 3 energy credits from that, so it makes the space station totally free, so that's good. Let's check on the surface here. So we have these tiles that still need to be cleared. We have a pop developing here. It's on a food tile, and we should increase our food intake. The pops will grow quicker, so that's a good tile to have. So we'll build a farm there when that pop is developed. So this science ship is still surveying these, and then we'll have it come up here and do these afterwards. Depending, actually, you know what? We may want to check these out over here too. So our construction ship is going to come over here to this system to build a wormhole. So let's send 1st and 2nd fleet Let's leave them orbiting right now, because when I take them away from the space station, it costs money, more money, and maintenance. Alright, so I'm going to speed time up. We're getting kind of long here on the video,
Anomaly found.
but I think what I'm going to do is we're going to keep going until we get this colony over here established. So the colony ship
Construction complete.
is almost done, and we'll colonize this world, and then we'll probably stop the video there and pick up the next one after that. Battle debris. A colossal space battle occurred in the high orbit of Mardum some 600,000 years ago, with ships from at least 5 different fleets participating. I wonder if that has something to do with one of those fallen empires. One of the fleets belonged to the Cybrex, although the vast majority of orbital debris seems to come from the other participants. Remarkable. Where is this at?
Situation log updated.
So we have something we can research there. So we need to be researching all of these, but we also need to be surveying these systems too. So situation
System
log
survey
updated.
complete.
Mining drone analysis. So we have to do that too. Alright, so colony ship is almost done.
Construction complete.
Okay, colony ship is done. Now our energy credits are in the negative, but it's not too bad. We can sustain that. So let's go to our expansion planner, and we're going to colonize this world here. So we're going to select that, select our colony ship. Now you get an adjacency effect on the surrounding tiles, both above, below, and beside where you put your colony ship, which will become eventually the capital of the planet. Research that. So this is a good tile to do that on, because eventually we'll be able to clear those tiles here and gain that. And a food tile is probably the best tile to put your colony ship on, because it's going to increase whatever, it's going to increase the food if you put it on a food tile. So we'll drop that there. We'll just leave the name the same for now. Okay, so they're on their way to colonize the first world. Okay, so our construction ship is just about done with that wormhole. So let's just send one Corvette over here. Speed time up.
Construction complete.
Okay, in gentle orbit around the massive A413 floats a portable databank scooped up by the Vagabond. It is found to contain text in some alien language. The vocabulary is not wholly familiar, but the syntax is disconcertingly complex. Science officer recommends a more thorough study to decipher the text contents and origins. Analyze it on Ilaria, issues a special project, or leave it. Let's analyze it, because we might gain something useful from that. So really, I think once we colonize this world, I need to focus on researching some of these special projects, because we're going to gain some technology from that. Alright, so first Alaria colony. Our colony ship managed with surprising grace to maneuver between the massive peaks that are so prevalent in the jagged landscape of Trimus Prime. It touched down in a sheltered valley that will serve as an ideal first landing site. The ship has been permanently converted into the administrative headquarters of the new settlement, and its reactor core is in the process of being removed so that it may serve as the colony's temporary power source. Hundreds of small tents and prefab shelters have sprung up around the former starship's massive hull as colonists begin to disembark in large numbers. The first Alari city on an alien world. A great day for the Galactic Alarian Empire. Oh, engineering research gain 60. Fantastic. Alright, so now that we have a presence here, we can send our construction ship over here and build a mining station over that gas giant to utilize those energy credits, and that should negate our loss. Okay, so we have a risk failure of 40%. We're going to leave that for now. Okay, so first fleet. Let's get you checking out these star systems here.
System survey.
And let's go ahead and bring second fleet. Allegedly, this planet's flora and fauna choked. Oh, mass extinction. Noxious planet. choked on their own poisonous emissions, likely helped along by the release of reactive gases from beneath the planet's crust. A special project has been issued to investigate the matter. We have tons of special projects, it seems. Okay, so first fleet, you're going there. Second fleet, let's get you over here. I'm not sure if you've been there or not, just to be sure. Okay, so we'll check those out. Another anomaly, we'll research that. Get rid of all these. The birth of space piracy. Alright, so we're going to have to build a couple more corvettes. I think this is something that happens when you start colonizing world. Naval intelligence has reported several attacks on civilian shipping in our space within the last several months. The perpetrators appear to be deserters and other renegade elements from Ilaria. These criminals have put together a makeshift space fleet out of heavily modified civilian hulls, and they now call themselves the Ghost Flotilla. Although crude, their vessels are a clear threat that cannot be ignored. Okay, alert all commands, deploy the fleet. So what we're going to do is build a couple more corvettes. Actually, before we do that, let's go to the ship designer. And it looks like they're already attacking one of our stations. So let's go to the Corvette, and let's make sure we have this updated to the latest specs. Okay, that looks good. So we're just going to save the default one for now. And where are they? So they're over here, and they're going to attack. Yeah, that's not good. It looks like they're fixing to come attack that. They're fixing to come attack our frontier outpost. So I was hoping they wouldn't choose that. That is not a good thing. Okay, let's get a couple more corvettes built. That will probably do it. And let's get them over here as quick as possible.
Station under attack.
Yep, that's not good. Okay, what we had assumed was an abandoned small gas giant is in fact not. Beneath the deceptive cover of thick dust swirling in the upper atmosphere lies a regular planet. That's bizarre. A barren planet, but a planet nonetheless. This is proving quite embarrassing. Alright, so gains 200 experience. That's interesting. Okay, so this has a firepower of 330, so they might be able to fend these guys off. Actually, it looks like they're taking some damage. Oh, here comes our Corvette fleet. And they're already beat up a little bit. So these two guys, they got him. All right, good job, guys. All right, let's merge you guys here. So we have 3 Corvettes now. Here comes the third one. Let's put all of you guys in there. Transfer. Oh, I guess you can't do that yet because they're not together. Okay, so and then now that we've destroyed something here, we have a special project that we can research. Okay, so our corvettes have joined. We should probably go ahead and recruit an admiral too. So there's not a huge rush on that, but let's see what we have. Ship hull points plus 10%. Sensor range, sublight speed. This one's probably going to be the better one, and he's younger too, so let's recruit him. Okay, so let's send these guys to go get repaired.
System survey complete.
Alright, and I don't believe First Fleet ever made it over here. Let's stop and have you go to these systems here.
Anomaly found.
Research. Let's make sure that we have sent I'm not sure which of these stars they made it into. Oh, what do we have here? An Alpine world, but it's only size 13. Ooh, that's still tempting to build a frontier outpost there. That would really piss them off. Okay, so how are we doing on our colonization? We're just about there. So that's looking good. Okay. Fantastic. So I think we're looking good. Let me speed time up a little bit. We took care of those space pirates, but we need to find their home, their base. They have a space station somewhere here, and I'm not sure where it is. It's going to be in one of these surrounding systems here. Some kind of burrowing silicone-based life form inhabits the vast network of tunnels beneath the barren surface. Okay, intriguing. Gain plus 3 minerals.
Construction complete.
Alright, so what's going on the surface of our planet here? So we have this pop that's developed. Let's go ahead and build a hydroponics farm. You can see quickly how this game is non-stop. It's like time just flies when you're playing this because you're so busy. Okay, so our Corvette fleet is done being constructed, and first fleet has been repaired. Third fleet is joining first fleet, and second fleet is going to go out here and check out these stars. Now we have a science ship sitting here doing nothing, so let's go ahead and have it survey these systems here. Survey. What was here? Was there something there that... You know, I don't remember if there was something there that maybe we shouldn't send our science ship over there, actually, until we get a fleet over there to check that out. So let's survey the system, and that one... Oh, we have a world here. Alpine world. God, what is up? It's only 12 tiles. What is up with all these small
System
worlds?
survey complete.
Okay, so that's good. And this science ship still has a lot to survey over here. Okay, so we have a pretty good foundation going here. So let's get this world colonized before we call it quits today. Let's speed time up a little bit. So we did pretty decent on energy credits. Research is done. Let's go to new research. Okay, so our primary weapons is energy weapons, but we could research nuclear missiles, which will give us more missile options. That's a good way to go. Engineering facility 1 is probably going to be pretty important. You know, I'm thinking probably this one right now. This is tempting, but it's going to take over twice as long to research. So let's do the engineering facility. And that reminds me, on our spaceport, we need to build that solar panel network, so that will give us more energy credits there. I should have done that sooner because we're kind of wasting energy credits at the moment. Okay, so we're almost done colonizing. Let me speed time up again.
Construction complete. Colony established.
Alright, colony is established. Now you see immediately we have negative food. So the first thing we need to do is get some food. So, you know, I thought I put this on a food tile, but it shows energy there. That's interesting. 2 collected by the pop, reassembled ship shelter. Alright, well, let's move this pop here, and we're going to build a farm. And now it behooves you to build the appropriate structure for whatever is on that tile. So here, for example, we should build a power plant, but right now food is more important, and we don't have the technology to clear these tiles here yet. So we're going to have to build a farm on one of these energy tiles, and just to get this population growing, and then we can change it to a power plant. But this has 2 energy there, so let's put this one on a tile that only has 1, and then when they're done developing, we'll build a farm there. So okay, that's done. So we have timed... Oh, these are timed projects. Let's see, where is that? That's in the system right here. Okay, so actually let's cancel your orders and get over here and research the projects in that system. Those are timed. Those need to be researched right now. Okay, and our space station has constructed the module, solar panel module, so that increased our energy credits, so that looks good. So we have nice positive energy credits coming in. Minerals, we can increase that. We can build some mining stations here. We could build a research station there. We should. That costs money to maintain, of course. You can see as our borders have expanded. Look at that physics research available in this black hole. 5 physics research available there. That's pretty good. And this is a honey hole right here. This has got 8 mineral available in this system, so we can build lots of mining stations there. This one has 7, and this is now within our borders. So we're going to go busy getting some of these mining stations built, I think, in the next part here. We still have this world we can colonize. It's already in our borders, but so there's not a huge rush to colonize it. I would like to find a world a little further away to colonize. This is a possibility. It's right next to their borders, and that would help basically completely block them off there. So we may want to actually consider building a frontier outpost there. It only costs 230. I think that's probably going to be worth it. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, physics research. So what do we have? Planet sensor range. Oh, okay, so look at this. We gained Deflectors. Okay, so some of the stuff like afterburners now, we researched afterburners and deflectors up to 10%. So the cool thing about that is they'll be always available in our research window here since we've already researched some of it. So we'll see that in a bit. So we can do energy storage capacity plus 1,000, physics lab 1, and here's the deflectors that will always be available because we've already researched some of it. We're going to do the physics lab 1 because we really need to focus on research in the early game. Okay, so second fleet, you are done, so let's send you home. The unstable tectonic plates on Terminus Prime have just violently shifted once again. Reports on the damage of the colony are just starting to arrive. Well, that's not good at all. Recent tectonic event modifier added for 12 months, giving the following effects: minus 5% happiness. That's on our new colony here. That's terrible. So now we have a new modifier. It's timed. It's going to decrease happiness by 5%. Dang, that's terrible. The recent earthquake that rocked our colony caused no damage. Well, okay, that's good. Okay, so, oh, it uncovered a batch of useful minerals. So we gained 113 minerals, so it's not all bad. So our construction ship is here. So let's go ahead and let me just speed time up. We'll get that frontier outpost built. We're going to save the game, and we're going to call it quits there. So he is building that frontier outpost for 25%. So their borders are going to be expanding. You can actually see that happening in real time here. When we speed time up, you'll see them slowly start to expand out. So we're going to block that off. And that'll maybe even give us access to the system here. It's got some nice resources there. Yeah, you can see their borders slowly expanding. So we're about 67% done. Looks like we're going to get this star system here, solar system, just in time. Is this the pirate fleet? It is the pirate fleet. And they're going after that station right here. So we really do need to find their home system and destroy them. Alright, first fleet, get over here and destroy them. And probably want to build a couple more corvettes too, actually. And let's check our ship designer. We're never going to get out of here. As you can see, I keep saying we're going to leave. We're going to call it quits, but there's always something that needs to be done here. Okay, that's fine. So they're here, and looks like we've got this. We got them. So what did we lose? We lost 1 corvette. They lost 5, so that's fine. First fleet, let's go get you repaired. And we need to find their, where is their space station at? It's somewhere in our borders, I believe.
Construction complete.
Okay, so our frontier outpost has been constructed here. That's really going to piss them off bad. Okay. So look at that. We grabbed a nice little chunk there with that frontier outpost. And what are we losing now? We're still gaining 1 influence a month, even though we have 3 frontier outposts. See, they are costing, each frontier outpost costs 1 influence per month to maintain. So, but you can see quickly how it's allowing us to grab a big chunk of space here, so that's pretty good. Alpine World 12, Desert 13. All right. All right, so I'm really going to call it quits here. In the next part, we definitely are going to have to track down the home of those space pirates and annihilate them, or they're just going to keep coming and attacking our space stations here. And then we're going to start constructing a lot of mining stations, some research stations, and continue colonizing new worlds and expanding our borders, developing our military fleet. I'm probably going to be wiping these guys off the map here because I don't like how close they are to our homeworld. Okay, well, listen, guys, it's been a long video, sort of just playing the game. Let me know if you like this kind of thing. You know, I'm happy to record this while I'm playing anyways. So hopefully I'll be feeling better soon. I apologize about my voice, but hope you guys are well anyways, and always appreciate you watching. So until next time, take care, and we'll see you then.